So I have the honor of introducing our second speaker, this amazing woman. All right. She is a mother, wife, child of God, of course, a certified Christian life and self esteem coach, and author of the next best-selling book, ABC to Building Your Self Esteem, a roadmap that leads to building your self esteem. With over 2 years of experience empowering young women and young girls who have low self esteem to be their own rescue and accept themselves. Lloylette has helped clients to break through self expression and achieve setting healthy and not feeling guilty about it. She is passionate about helping women and young girls to be their own rescue because no one is coming to save them. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Lloylette Stewart.
Thank you, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Empowered to Impact. I stand here this morning proudly. Proud. I can say I am proud. Yes, I am a wife. I am a mother. I am a speaker. And I'm an author of the next best-selling book, ABC to Building Your Self-Esteem, a roadmap that leads to building your self-esteem. And I am proud of myself. Yes, I am. Thank you. I can say I am proud because it wasn't easy getting here. I've been through some obstacles. You know, for many years I was crippled by self-doubt, not loving myself. You know, for much of my life I've been told, I wouldn't be anything, I would not amount to anything. And it was coming from somebody I thought would protect me. But instead I was ridiculed for everything that I did. So in my eyes, I internalized everything and I believed that I wasn't good enough. I wasn't able of achieving anything. But in 2006, that's when everything changed. I was going to become a mother for the first time. Now what do? I am left to raise a child, being broken, not having all the tools, not loving myself. What do I impart to that child? So, I became sick and tired of being in the situation that I was. I was just sick and tired. I was tired of, seeking validation from persons. I wanted to experience freedom. I felt trapped in my mind because I was doing everything. I was, putting everything that everybody said, I believed it. So I became sick and tired. And that's when things changed. And in 2011, going to be a mom for the second time, it solidified that, hey, things needed to change. So, that's when my journey started. Yes, I dropped off a little, but I picked myself back up because I knew I had two lives depending on me. What do? Leave them to the mercy of the world? Or do I pick myself up, learn the tools, and do what I needed to do to impart knowledge onto them? So that's where my journey started. And I had a vision, Have you ever felt like, I can't do this? Why am I not great? Why am I not like this person? Why can't I achieve this? Or why can't I achieve that? That's how I was feeling. So then I had a vision, I just could not live just by surviving. I needed to thrive. I needed to thrive. Survival alone won't cut it. So I needed to thrive. Now what do? I had to make my choice. I had to value myself. No one was doing it for me. I wasn't depending on anybody. Again, I needed to do what I needed to do. And that was seeing my self-worth, seeing that I had value, knowing that it's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to not seek validation from people. It's okay to move on your own terms. No one dictates to you, and it's perfectly fine. It's okay to say no, and it's okay to hear no. And it was hard for me to accept at first, but then, looking at things, not every no is a good no. And the rejection changed my trajectory to a different path. And here I am standing before you today as a proud overcomer of low self-esteem. Yes. So I had few tools that stood out that I used, and I'll share them with you. So the first one is I had to become self-aware. I had to know that I am enough. I had to know that there is greatness in me. I had to know that no one was coming to save me. And if no one is coming to save me, what do? Save myself. That is it. So I started journaling, I got real with myself. That's the first thing I did. I had to confront the thoughts and beliefs I had been carrying for years, right? Why did I think I wasn't good enough? That was one of the questions I had to ask myself. So, writing helped me to break down these limiting beliefs that I had about myself, right? So I had to stop telling myself the lies. I was good enough. I can be, and there is greatness in me, right? So make journaling a daily practice. You can ask yourself, what do I want to do today? Where do I want to go? Is it that I'm going to stay stuck, waiting on somebody to come and push me up? Or is it that I'm just going to brave up and know that, okay, then, I have everything I need within me and go for it? The next thing I had to do was set some boundaries. I said say no already, but that was one of my things I had to learn to do, say no, right? So setting boundaries was a game changer for me. It had, I had been saying yes to almost everything and everyone, but that was draining me. It was draining me. So I needed to protect my energy. So I needed to see and understand that, hey, not everything I need to say yes to, not everything or not everyone will be pleased with me, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine, right? So start small. You can start by setting one boundary today. Maybe you want to say no to an obligation. Maybe it's just saying no. I just needed the time for myself. I'm burnt out. I need to say no. And that's fine. It's not you hurting anybody. It's not you being selfish. It's just you wanting some time for yourself and protecting your energy. And that's perfectly fine. I started visualizing. I started imagining where I could be. Just taking my own life in my hand. Where could it lead me? Where could it lead me? And I started doing that. And when I started visualizing, my mindset set shift. I started realizing that I can be places. I am in a room, empowering persons, to be their best selves. Who would have thought that? I'd imagine. But I have bigger dreams of standing in a room of millions, but nevertheless, this is a start. It's a start, So I started visualizing, and that was a real game changer for me. I started seeing where I can go, what I can do, and who I can impact. A room full of people today. And I'm grateful I did that, right? So you can take 5 minutes every day to visualize your best self. The person you are becoming. Because you're going to start seeing that you're changing. And persons are going to say, oh, but you get hype. It's not the hype. Another hype, It's not hype. It's just that sometime where God is taking us, not everybody is going to go with us. Right? And that's perfect for fine. Right? So you can take 5 minutes to visualize where you want to go. And how will you start? And who is in your circle who will come with you? And I also encourage to pray about it. Right? Now, another tip, positive affirmations. Say positive things to yourself. It's not about, oh, me can't do this. That was one of my favorite words. Oh, me can't bother. I don't like a challenge. I don't like the stress that it brings at times. But it's to make me a better person. It makes me resilient. But impacting or encouraging persons or impacting gives me a sense of fulfillment. It's not about all of the money and all of that. We want the money. But if one person is impacted or, change their lives, I am grateful. Right? So speak positive affirmation to yourself. I rewire my thinking with positive thoughts. So, every morning I would affirm, I can do this. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So why should I let somebody else limit me? Or why should I limit myself? Right? So those are what I say to myself out loud. I make it a daily habit. If something is challenging, I can't, but again, I said, okay then. I'll see where it goes. Let me see what happens. So I give it a try. Right? So positive affirmation to yourself. And the last one, support system. Support system, finding your tribe. Very important. Finding your tribe. As I said before, not everybody is going to go where God wants you to go. So if we ensure that, hey, we'll find some people who will help us stay rooted and grounded, knowing that, okay, then comes what may, hell I hear water, I'll go up that hill. Right? It doesn't matter, we're going to drop off at times. We're going to, feel like a shaky sometimes that we can't bother. But hey, find good support system who will help to push you. And that's what I have in this room. Of my support system over there. And Crystal, yes, I have good support system. And let me tell you, it really helps me. So finding your tribe is really important. Right? So find your tribe. Seek out people who inspire you. Challenge and believe in your potential. Right? You don't have to do this alone. The road to thriving doesn't have to be lonely. It doesn't have to be lonely. So you just need to find your tribe, persons who are really invested in you and will help you to get to where you want to go. So, I went from surviving to thriving because I made a decision to rescue myself. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. And now I'm asking you, what are the steps you're going to take today to move from surviving to thriving? That's a question you can reflect on. Where do you want to go? Is survival mode getting you there? Or do you need to thrive? You decide. Right? What will you do to rescue yourself? And in closing, I'll say to you, remember, you have everything you need inside of you to thrive, not just to survive. So what is one action you can take today or you will take to start living fully, to start showing up for yourself, and to start thriving? The power is in your hands. Be your own rescue. Thank you.